So TCGPlayer sold me a fake card. Here is what happened. So I was shopping on TCGPlayer looking for a bunch of cards that I needed, a bunch of singles to build a few Pokemon decks. This is going to be a huge order, like 60 plus cards. So a lot of packages, a lot of cards, things that I needed to double check to make sure that everything was correct. And I did. I did my due diligence and I double checked that I was getting what I was ordering. So a few of those cards in that order were Miraidon EX cards. And one of those Miraidon EX cards, which they all came from the same seller, was a fake. Which I know, who would want a fake Miraidon EX cards? They're actually super common. I think it's like a 20-cent card. I'm not entirely sure. At the time I bought it, I'll put it here. It wasn't an expensive card. The whole order for that one package was about $2 or $3. But once I started getting the cards in, I was like, oh, let me make some content around this and start opening them on camera. Kind of like a little mail call type of situation, right? So I started opening them, and as I'm opening them, I realized, wait, this card looks off. It feels and looks like a fake. All right. This just feels like card stock. This does not feel like a real card. And honestly, I'm glad I was filming it, because who would believe, oh, I got a fake card in the mail from TCGPlayer, and it just so happened that I was recording, so I have proof. Now, I know I haven't been in the TCG for quite some time now. In fact, I've been out of the game for like 20 plus years and recently just got back into it this year. But my background is in the creative field, and I can spot a fake after holding so many Pokemon cards this year from a mile away. The first and biggest giveaway was the fact that the card was not a holo. All EXs are hollows. They're all hollow. They're all textured hollows. You're not going to come across a modern EX card that is not a hollow. And if that wasn't a big enough giveaway, the back of the card was also off. The colors weren't correct. It was kind of off, and they just looked different. And if that still doesn't convince you, it was cut a different size. And just in case I needed another reason, the finish was off. The card felt rougher. It didn't have that polished finish that a real Pokemon card has. So the first thing I did was reach out to my buddy Alex over at the Pokemon Castaways and said, hey dude, I just need somebody else to take a look at this. Is this a fake card? And what do I do? And because I was personally thinking, let me reach out to the seller first and see what gives, because it's weird that only one of them out of all the cards I got in this package was fake. Now keep in mind, I've ordered from TCGPlayer before. In the past, I've ordered dozens of cards from their website, dozens of singles, and they've all arrived in great condition, the condition they were supposed to be, and legitimate. They were real cards. So he recommended to just reach out to TCGPlayer directly, which I did. He said, don't even bother with the seller. Just go straight to TCGPlayer. And that made the most sense to me, because why would the seller be like, oh yeah, my bad, I sent you a fake card? They're probably going to deny it, whether it was true or not. Now, TCGPlayer takes this kind of stuff super seriously, so I submitted a ticket. So within 24 hours, TCGPlayer emailed me back and said, we're sorry you got what you believe is a counterfeit card. We're going to send you a label. We want you to package it and send us the counterfeit card, and we're going to take a look at it. So they emailed me the label. I packed up the card and it sent it on its way. So within 4 or 5 days, I got an email back saying, hey, we received your package and refunded your order. And they didn't just refund me that one card, they refunded me the whole order, which was surprising. And they said that their team of experts was going to investigate, look at the card, and see if it was counterfeit or not. The reason why they did this is because they have that TCG safeguard protection, which will protect you from counterfeit cards, which is awesome. Now you're probably wondering why we're only one of the few cards that I ordered from the seller were fake, and I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Here is what I think happened. I think the seller either A, didn't know it was a fake, or B, sent it by mistake. The reason why is it kind of felt like a proxy card. Like it was printed on heavier paper. It wasn't just printed on regular paper. It was printed on heavier paper, but it looked like it was printed on an at-home printer, not a commercial printer that a card company would use to print on. This was very, very much like an at-home print job, it felt like. And this is me giving the seller the benefit of the doubt, because when I received the card, it was in a sleeve, and I couldn't tell it was fake until I took it out of the sleeve. So they could have just had it in the sleeve as a proxy card, playing with it, and then they put it in their bulk, and when I placed the order, they just grabbed it and shipped it off. And maybe even when they got their hands on the card, it was in a sleeve and they didn't, check it or anything like that, and then just kind of went about their business. Other scenario is the seller might have bought a bunch of bulk, quickly processed it and quickly put it in their inventory without double checking this, like, oh, these cards look good, these top 2 cards look good, the rest of the cards look good. Whatever the case, it happened, and TCGPlayer made it right with their safeguard policy, so I'm super happy about that. I will continue ordering from TCGPlayer. Like, I'm not going to stop. In fact, I already have more orders on the way to building another deck, and so that's not going to stop me. That's not going to deter me from continuing to buy from TCGPlayer. If anything, I'm going to buy even more singles from TCGPlayer because they've shown that they stand by their policy. Really, the main reason I made this video wasn't to call out the seller, because I haven't named the seller at all. I haven't shown anything about the seller, but mainly what to do if you get a fake card, because I had no idea. And I know I could have reached out to TCGPlayer directly, but for some reason in my mind that didn't connect. I had to reach out, like, first, hey, am I seeing things? Is this really a fake card? And 2, who do I contact, the seller or TCGPlayer? So if that happens to you, if you get a fake card in the mail, just go straight to TCGPlayer. They have the safeguard protection for a reason. Use it. Go through that process. It's super easy. And now you know buying from TCGPlayer is a very safe thing to do. You can rely on the fact that they're going to stand by their policy and take care of you. So until next time, God bless.